Yeah. All right, everybody. That's the finals. The final match down. We have Tom Kessler, who we saw in the semifinals. He's playing against Milford Mike, as they call him, Mike DeCoste, longtime Milford resident. Mike went XO to the top 8 and won both of his first 2 matches. Tom X1 won into the top 8 and won both his matches. So 1 loss versus 0 losses. Milford Mike trying to remain undefeated. Let's get up to speed here. Mike already has 6 cards in his graveyard. Looks like Fetchland and a Faithless Looting, and his opponent Inquisitioned him. This could be a turn 2 Gurmag Angler, of which he has 3. It could be a Cathartic Reunion. It could be a Collective Brutality. So he's going to look at his opponent's hand, Tom's hand. He's going to pick an instant or sorcery and get rid of it. So leaving Tom Kessler with Pack Rat, with Lily, and with 3 lands. Now the scary part for Mike here is there is no removal in his deck except Collective Brutality, which is definitely going to get taken. Like, no question. Considering it's the answer to Pack Rat. Wow, really? That's insane. Okay, I'm really surprised. Mike DeCoste, in his main deck, has 3 removal spells, 3 Collective Brutality. That's it. But this is the plan that Tom had. Tom was like, okay, the Lily is going to take care of that brutality. And I don't know how far down Mike mulled, but he has no cards in hand now. Did he mull to 5? Mike definitely playing kind of fast and kind of loose. In his semifinal match, he cast a Faithless Looting on turn 1, and he let his opponent roll a die to decide which card he was going to discard. So he definitely is feeling loose, feeling into it. Feels like this is his day and nothing can stop him. And he shows it here by just drawing Lingering Souls right off the top. Bob is good, but versus an army of Souls tokens, I'm not so sure. The Lily will absolutely die next turn. Milford Mike shows why he's here. He's empty-handed, terrible board position, draws Lingering Souls like a boss. So 2 at Lily, and he says 1 at you. He wants to try and erase the Bob. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. He does decide to deal 1 to his opponent. A little surprising, to be quite honest. He's going aggro. Oh, Dark Conflict hits a 4-drop. But it's a pretty good 4-drop. Kalitas has lifelink. Will it be enough? Can Mike draw something good this turn? He had just Faithless Looting last turn, so he got the best of the 3 cards that were available. Attacks his opponent to 10. The faithful assistant, Ben Cohen, in the background, taking care of life totals. Watching over Tom's shoulder. Removal spell would be great. Koligon's command would be the nuts, as they say. Creatures swing in. And now Koligon's has to be cast, right? Take out the last card in Mike's hand. Kill a Lingering Souls token. You can deploy Liliana after if you want. Yep, that is the play. Now, important to know that Kalitas is non-token. Or else he would have made a 2/2 there. And that's the game. How quickly Tom Kessler dismantles his opponents. It's nice to see. Nothing's worse than when a player doesn't know how to play his deck, just picked it up, you know, and just does super well, you know. They look out at every opportunity. They play really slowly because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to sideboard. Really frustrating. But you can tell Tom it's not the case. Plays with poise, with confidence. And yeah, when he needs to take his time with a play, he does that. But most plays he knows because he's practiced. He's played plenty of Modern. He knows what he's doing. He knows what Mike's trying to do. Now, these players are playing for an invite to the Titanium Finals, which is worth a lot of money, like $200 of EV. In addition to their first and second place prize, $600 between them. They want that invite. The conversation that happened before the match started was something like, hey, do you think you'll attend the tournament? And, you know, Tom says yes, obviously. Mike says, oh, yeah, me too. And then they started to play. That's a player's sideboard here. Let's see what they might have. Not really so much for Mike. He probably has a Lily of the Last Hope, but that's about it. Two of those bad boys. Bad girls. Bad women. Bad planeswalkers. I shouldn't assume their gender. But that's it. As for Tom, he has so many ways to kill creatures in his sideboard, as well as his main deck. Probably bring in some Damnations, Lilianas of his own. For sure a Liliana. For sure an Olivia. For sure a Nihil Spellbomb and a Grafdiggers. Wow, he is set in this match. Have to say, I like Tom's chances to take this tournament home. Here we go, turn 1. He's already starting to do what he wants to do, so he has a chance. Faithless Looting, his best turn 1 play for sure. But no Street Wraith into Hollow 1. Blood Crypt for Tom. Two mana. Cathartic Reunion. And this is just a great start from Tom. He uses the Nihil Spellbomb without drawing a card, which is fine. That's how important the graveyard is for Mike. Now, I definitely have a soft spot in my heart for Mike. You know, first of all, I've known him longer than Tom. But second of all, he does work similar to what I do. He works at a school for troubled kids, you know, kids with autism mostly. And I'm supposed to be unbiased. I'm supposed to not take sides. But I gotta at least root for him a little bit. Man after my own heart. And the man does have a Liliana of the Last Hope, which kills a Dark Confidant. Basically the best creature that you can kill with that. He'll minus. Decides that he does not want to try and milk a Liliana Ultimate. He just wants to get max value. Get a creature back immediately. An Insolent Neonate, which will perhaps sacrifice. No, it won't. Tom's Bolt takes out that Lily. Mike perhaps playing around Dreadbore. It's a thing that makes sense to play around. He saw it at some point in the day when Tom's played it. And for 1, Souls gets lingered. No more Nihil Spellbombs, no more Graveyard Hate. That Lingering Souls will be flashed back at some point. My apologies for that. So Vale, not at its best against Mike, who just discards a Vengevine. Boom. 2 creatures, 2 Vengevines. Mike goes from 2 power to 18 power on the board. Wow. Damnation or bust. He had it, but no land. Wow. 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 That was insane. I thought that Mike was screwed that game. I thought for sure we'd be calling Tom the champ after that. But he pulls out a huge turn. 2 Vengevine, 2 Hollow One. Wow. Players go back to their boards. Make sure that nothing else is needed. Make sure they didn't leave any Damnations or Lilianas in their board. They didn't. And they'll shuffle up for what will be the last game of the tournament. Tom will get to go home. Mike will get to go home. Ben will get to go home. One player will get to come back in January for the Titanium Finals. Now, in case you're wondering, how do I qualify for this? Well, you can win a 1K challenge here in the store. Alternatively, you can come in first or second in a 5K plus weekend. It happens once every 3 or 4 months. Next one's slated in for November 25th. Thanksgiving weekend. Some people be in town, some people be out of town. We hope that you can be there. If you are, introduce yourself. I absolutely want to meet anyone who takes the time to listen to me babble about Magic cards. Alternatively, there will be some last chance qualifiers for the Titanium Finals. Expect those towards January as well. Both players on 6 cards. So here we go. Turn 1 sees. Takes the Brutality, leaves a Beefy, and a Street Wraith. You have to think that Tom might have a Pack Rat. Or perhaps he just wants to protect that Damnation. Two Street Wraiths from Milford Mike. He's at 16. Gurmag, Angler. Boom. 5. Damnation. That. It's only a 1-for-1 if you do. Can't push it, can't bolt it. Tom gonna be forced to damnation it. Unless he draws a Dreadbore or a Terminate. Souls makes the future damnation even better. Tom needs a land. He hits it. Have to use it. Not sure what he's thinking about here. So 9 life for Tom Kessler. Mike with Lingering Souls in the graveyard. That's a pretty big one. All the 1-for-1 removal pretty bad against that. Bolt and push are what remains in Tom's hand. So while he can deal with these 2 flyers, it would cost him his whole hand. Bob off the top. Mike being at 7, pretty relevant here. I mean, the lightning bolt represents 45% of the life total. This game is all. This game will determine the winner, determine who goes to the finals. What did Mike draw this turn? In for 2. Gotta push one for sure. Push is, you don't bolt one, but you do push one. You save the bolt for the face. He goes to 8. Mike goes to 4 because there are no basics left to fetch. This appears to be a hard cast. Something or other. Hollow, hard cast, hollow one. Flip for Bob. Lightning bolt kills. It's a land. It's very lucky. Land, go. It's the only play. Have to take it. Have to take it. Hope to rip a bolt. Only play you have left if you're Tom Kessler. Hollow one. Let's see. Let's see what it is. What is it? Colagons. Handshake. Mike wins. Wow. Wow. The Dark Confidant. First one hit a land. Second one hit a 3. If the first one hit a 3 and the second one hit a land, Tom Kessler would have won. But it wasn't to be. That's not how the cards fell. As they fell, Tom Kessler comes short. Mike DeCoste wins the invite to the finals. Still a great run by Tom Kessler. I'm really impressed with how he played. And he should be proud of himself. He came in second. And when it comes down to Bob flips, I mean, what can you do? Nothing you can do. Didn't draw his Graveyard Hate. Had, after board, 2 Leyline of the Void and 1 Nile Spellbomb. Didn't draw it. Had Liliana's in his deck. Didn't draw him. Had Packrat. Didn't draw it. Unfortunate. Mike wins. Wins the invite and the money. We're going to get him in here to talk about his deck. In just a minute, that's going to be the final video in this playlist. So if you've come this far, might as well watch the interview. Let us know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments on Facebook, Titanium page, or my personal Facebook. Got to take some criticism to get better, and you can help us with that. So please let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. One more video.